Hello everybody, so in this episode of Under the Microscope I want to explore the Quakestone hammer. Right off the bat, I want to talk about its moveset and what sets it apart from the other great hammers. So for your neutral R1s, you always want to two-hand this weapon, because although the poise starter frames are the same one-handed and two-handed, the starter frames are actually faster two-handed. The R2 on this weapon is an unimpressive overhead slam, which is way too slow to actually hit anyone. And the running attacks and rolling attacks, they are marginally useful. Although the attack starter frames and poise starter frames are the quickest on the rolling attack, it's still way too slow to actually land any hits. Now, the most interesting thing about this weapon is the weapon art L2, which surprisingly has a poise starter frames of 0. Which means that as soon as you input the attack, you will have hyper armor. Additionally, the weapon art grants perseverance, which lasts a surprising amount of time. And as far as I'm aware, this is the only weapon that actually grants perseverance on one of its attacks. Now, the real problem with using the L2 is that it has a very long recovery and you become very susceptible to backstabs. One gimmick I found is that you can actually do a jumping attack right after the L2, but you have to aim your character in the direction of the jumping attack. Otherwise, you do the follow-up R2, which in PvP can land you in a lot of trouble because it is very easy to whiff punish. So obviously, this is a great hammer, so in PvP it does very poorly against any half-decent opponent. Really, the only way to play with it is to essentially trick your opponent into trading with you. I mean, that's unfortunately the case. This weapon is just way too slow to initiate any sort of offense, and so you have to play as such.
Diamonds pressing up against the wood grain wheel.